Hey everybody, welcome to today's Fireside Chat. I'm Nikki Bidell, one of the directors of student ministry here at South Park Church. Today we're talking about rest again, and I would love to share a little message with you about redefining rest. This is something that I've been working on in my own life, redefining rest for myself. One of my favorite places in our home to find rest is on our back deck. It has always been a calming, comfortable place for me. I love to start the day with a book or a prayer and a cup of coffee on the back deck and just listen to the birds. We have a garden pond and we listen to the stream of that. But throughout quarantine, our neighbors have been home. So often when I come out here for a quiet moment, either at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, or somewhere in between, I have a neighbor blaring loud music or have another neighbor whose child is screaming. So it's been more difficult to find rest in the same places that we have before. The same with our bedroom. It used to be such a serene place to come to after a long day with comfy blankets and pillows, but now all of Emerson's stuff is in there, her rocking chair, her bed. So it's not such a place of rest for me anymore. It's kind of more a place of, I pray this child sleeps. So we've been trying to redefine rest for ourselves. And like I said, we found so many flaws with our deck. This past week, we actually spent the whole week ripping it down and rebuilding it. It had a lot of issues, and so we're hopeful now that after all of this hard work, it will be a place of rest for us once again after it's all finished and beautiful and functional again. We're also trying to find some rest at the beach. We're going to be going to the beach, and that's going to feel really good after the super hard labor the past 5 days of building a new deck. But I also have been meditating on this idea that rest doesn't have to be earned, but that rest is something that we deserve. And I believe that, but I really struggle with acting on that. I really struggle with making choices that line up with that. I don't know about you, but I often feel like I have to be productive in order to then rest, and that rest is the product of that, or that rest hinges on that. But rest truly is a gift from God, and so it's something that we all deserve, whether or not we feel like we've earned it. So I've been really working on that and trying to find moments and times in my day where I'm resting not only my body, but my mind and my soul and my heart, because I deserve that time. I deserve that rest. And that can be hard. It's definitely a bit of a learning curve to just find rest for ourselves during the day. I've also been doing a lot of searching of what rest really is, because often I think we think it's just passive entertainment, or it's lack of action, lack of movement, lack of purposeful activity. But I think we have to be purposeful with rest, because I think it fills us up, it renews us, and it strengthens us. And passive entertainment doesn't necessarily renew our spirits. Lack of movement, being couch potato, does not fill our heart with peace. So I've been searching on how I can make rest fill me up and fill me back up and renew me, body and soul, instead of just being a passive, couch potato, for lack of a better term. So for me, what we decided, and for Chris as well, was to go to the beach. We love nature. We have found that nature is a place of true rest for us. Sitting in God's beauty, admiring it, praying in it, meditating in it. So for us, it's nature. And I know I have a family member who hates sand, who going to the beach is awful for them because they are uncomfortable with the feeling of sand. They're worried about getting sand in their clothes or, in their shoes. And so I think we have to it might take some trial and error to find where and when and how we can have true rest that fills us, that renews us, that brings us closer to God. So over the course of this week, you're going to be hearing about rest from a couple of our different staff members. And so I would encourage you to open your mind to redefining rest in your own life. What does that look like? What does that feel like? Maybe you have to get away from the places that you've been trying to find rest. like our back deck. We need to get away. We need to take a break from this deck and go find rest somewhere else. Oh, goodness. So where is that for you? What does that look like for you? So I pray for all of you that you would find true rest in God this week. So have a great week, and we will see you guys tomorrow.